Good morning and Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you all are well and fine and doing good. I warmly welcome you back to the class. In last class, we have completed our chapter number 1. Now we shall start our chapter number 2 in today's class. We are going to learn some of the new things. In this chapter, we are going to have some of the new information about computer. What kind of learning we are going to do? Let's see. We started in the last class our chapter number 2, that was the classification of computer. The classification of computer is your second chapter and it is on page number 4. In this chapter we have learned some of the groups or types of computers according to their size. What kind of things we have learned and what kind of things we are going to learn, just have a look. So my dear students, in last class we have classified the computer according to their sizes. As I told you in the last class that computers can be classified according to their technologies, according to their size, according to their purpose. In this chapter we have classified the computer according to its size. You must have seen the computers like desktop computers and the computers like laptops, and you can easily observe this difference in their sizes. So how we have classified the computer according to their size, we have discussed this thing in our last class. We will have a short review that how many types of computers are there according to their sizes. So computers are classified into 4 different types according to their size, and the name of these types are microcomputer, mini computers, mainframe computers and supercomputers, from which we have learned in our last chapter about microcomputers and mini computers. Today we will start from mainframe computers and we will end up on supercomputers. So here we go. So the third type of computers is mainframe computers. This is how mainframe computers look like. When we talked about microcomputers, they occupy the space of a table. But when we talk about mini computers, they occupy the space of a cupboard. But whenever we talk about mainframe computer, they occupy the space of a big room. So this is how you can see that how the size is increasing gradually, one after another type. Okay, what are the common features of mainframe computers? Let's see. Number 1, they are big size computers. Okay, these are the points which we can compare with mini computers and microcomputers. Okay, so they are big in size, they are bigger than mini computers and microcomputers. The next point is they are expensive computers. Okay, they are expensive than mini and microcomputers. The next is they are having more memory and processing speed. Okay, so more memory it has and more processing speed it has. It is used to handle huge volume of data. Okay, as they are the big size computer, so they can handle a huge volume of data at a time. It occupies the space of a big room and its terminals can be spread all over the country. Now here you can see that it occupies the space of a big room and its terminals can be spread all over the country. Okay, it supports hundreds or thousands of users simultaneously. When we talked about microcomputers, so microcomputers are single user computer, means at a time only one person can use that computer. Okay, then when we talked about mini computers can be used by multiple people at a time, but here we can see the difference that it supports thousands or hundreds of users simultaneously, and it is more powerful. So students, as we have discussed that mainframe computers are better than mini computers and microcomputers. So of course their uses are going to be better than mini computers and microcomputers. Okay, so here are some of the uses of mainframe computers. What are these? Mainframe computers are used in banks, universities, government offices, and research centers. As I told you that mainframe computer is used for critical application and processing. They can run different operating system at the same time, and it can handle a lot of data at a time. It is used in centralized database. What is it? I'm gonna tell you. The users access the mainframe computers through a terminal. And what are the terminals? Terminals are the devices that enables you to communicate with mainframe computer or the main computer. Here in this picture you can see that in the center there is a database. It means there is a mainframe computer or the main part of mainframe computer. Now here are the terminals of mainframe computers. As we have taken the example of banks, universities, government offices and research center, let's take the example of bank. If you have visited the bank, so you must have seen there that different people are sitting on different tables and they are having different PCs or desktop computers. So the information of these computers are collected to the mainframe computer. This is how these people connect with mainframe computers, because those computers on which they are working, they are actually the terminals of the mainframe computers. Okay, so mainframe computer is controlling all of its terminals, and these all terminals are connected, or people communicate, or these terminals communicate with mainframe computers. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so as we have discussed in previous slide that mainframe computers can be used by thousands and hundreds of the people simultaneously. It means many of the terminals can be handled by number of the people, and these are the terminals of mainframe computer, and it can be spread throughout the country. Okay, this is how the mainframe computers work on a higher level. So students, here comes the last type of computers according to their sizes, and that is supercomputers. Supercomputers, if we compare supercomputers with all of other three types, mini computer, microcomputer, mainframe computer, so of course they are going to be bigger in size, because this is how we have classified the computers according to its size. And if we are taking it as on number 4, so it is going to be the biggest among all. Okay, so what are the common features of supercomputer? Here you can see that they are not more powerful, they are the most powerful. They are not more expensive, they are the most expensive. Okay, this is how we are just comparing the supercomputers with all three types. Okay, and they have the greatest memory, great processing speed. Now here you can see their terminals can be spread nationally or internationally. When we were talking about mainframe computers, so we came to know that the terminals of mainframe computers can be spread throughout the country, but here it can be spread nationally or internationally. Means the terminals of the supercomputers can be spread in a country, or it can be spread worldwide. Okay, now high level of performance, because as the size is going to be increased, their technology is also going to be increased, so they are having the high level of performance. Okay, so supercomputers, we can say that they are most expensive computers. They are designed for special effects. They are multiprocessors. They are designed for specific tasks. So we can say that it is a special purpose computer. Special purpose computers are designed for any special task. So it mainly focuses on processing speed. So what kind of work it does? Let's see. So here is the use of supercomputers. If we classify the computers according to its size, so we get four of the types: mini computers, microcomputers, mainframe computers, and supercomputers. Supercomputers are the biggest in size among all. They are having the greatest memory. So if we talk about the use of supercomputers, so of course they are going to be different from all. How? Let's see. Here are some of the uses: solving scientific problem, space problem, weather forecasting, animation in movies. Okay, see, these are the tasks which cannot be handled by any simple computer. Okay, so we need to have a more, you can say, more advanced computer for this. So supercomputers are used for these special tasks. Okay, so you can see here that solving scientific problem or space problem, okay, these are the problems which can be solved by supercomputers, because these are not the tasks to be done very easily, and these are not the tasks to be done by a single person. Okay, so a team of thousands of the people work on it. Okay, so apart from it, weather forecasting. You must have seen in news channels that whenever they just forecast the weather, so the screen appears like this. Or you might not have seen, but what happens, their computers are having or designed with some of the sensors. These sensors can sense temperature, humidity, and the physical factors. Okay, so this is how they work for weather forecasting. Okay, they detect the weather by the supercomputer, and then they forecast the weather. Apart from this, you must have seen the cartoon characters or the movies characters like Spider-Man or Smurf. You know that these characters do not exist, but still they appear in front of us as they are so real. They are not real, but they seem to be real. So the last point is animation in movies. These are basically animated cartoon or characters or movies. These animations are done by the supercomputer. Okay, so here you can see animation in movies is not a simple task at all. Okay, so supercomputers are designed for a purpose to give the animation to any movie. Okay, so we watch these cartoon like this as it appears on third screen. Okay, but it starts from here. First sketching is done, their colors are filled, okay, their movement is done, and this is how we watch the animated movies. They are so clear, but supercomputers does a kind of task to make them so perfect. Okay, so this is how you can see that it is not a task to be done by a simple computer or mini computer or microcomputer, and this is not the task to be handled by some of the people. So thousands and hundreds of people are connected to the terminals and to the supercomputers to make this possible. So students, this was all about your chapter. In this chapter, we have learned about classification of computer. In this chapter, we have classified the computers according to their size into four different types. And these types are microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers, and supercomputers. If we start from the microcomputers are smallest in size. Mini computers are bigger than microcomputers. Mainframe computers are bigger than mini computers, and supercomputers. Supercomputers are the biggest computers among all these types. Okay, if we talk about microcomputers, so microcomputer can be handled by a single person at a time, or we can say that it is a single user computer. But if we end up on supercomputers, so supercomputer can be handled by thousands or hundreds of people simultaneously. Okay, if we see their size, so their size are bigger than a room, and its terminals can be spread nationally or internationally. Okay, so this is how we can easily compare the size of these four type of computers. Okay, so students, while underlining the important lines, you can compare all these four types of computers in your book by yourself. Okay, these are so easy. So thank you so much. Here we are just ending up our class, and inshallah we shall meet in our next class with new chapters, with new information. Thank you so much. Take care.